Yes. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Pirate Field on the campus of Armstrong State University for today's Peach Bowl Conference baseball contest featuring the UNC Pembroke Braves and your Armstrong State University Pirates. Before today's game, we have a special presentation for you as we will present all members of the Armstrong State Athletic Hall of Fame who were a part of the baseball program here with commemorative rings. Head coach Calvin Culverson, assistant coach Brian English, and Armstrong State Athletic Director Lisa Sweeney are at home plate to present these rings. Our first Hall of Famer is Charlie Broad. Inaugural member of the Hall of Fame in 1995, Charlie Broad played from 1984 to 87 and held 25 hitting records when his playing career was done. And his number 13 is the first Armstrong baseball number to be retired. Charlie Broad. Our next Hall of Famer is Mike Michener. A 1996 inductee into the Hall of Fame, Mike Michener was the highest Major League Baseball draftee from Armstrong when he was taken in the third round by the Chicago White Sox in 1988. He was a first-team All-American in 1988, and his number 25 was retired in 2004. Mike Michener. This time we'd like to recognize Dr. Roy Sims, who was a 1996 inductee into the Hall of Fame. Dr. Sims coached the baseball team at Armstrong Junior College from the 50s to its first season of four-year competition in 1967, and twice served as an athletic director for Armstrong State, and unfortunately we lost him earlier last year. Again, Dr. Roy Sims. Our next Hall of Famer is Dr. Don Anderson. A recipient of the Service Citation Award from the Hall of Fame in 1996, Dr. Donald Anderson has been an invaluable supporter and champion of the Armstrong State student athlete for more than 30 years. Again, Dr. Donald Anderson. Our next Hall of Famer is Bill Gerhardt. A 1997 inductee into Hall of Fame, Bill Gerhardt was the only Armstrong State player drafted twice by the Major League Baseball first-year player draft. He held a 22-3 career record over two seasons in 1987-88 and was the Big South Conference's Pitcher of the Year in 1987. His number 33 was retired in 2012. Bill Gerhardt. At this time, we'd like to recognize Steve McNeil, who unfortunately is no longer with us. Steve McNeil was Armstrong State's first All-American in baseball in 1973 and still holds the school record for the best batting average in a single season when he hit .451 in 1972. He was elected to the Hall of Fame in 1998. Steve McNeil. Our next Hall of Famer is Tommy Bumgardner. A 1999 inductee into the Hall of Fame, Tommy Bumgardner is the career leader for Armstrong State in innings pitched, and his 11 career shutouts from 1973 to 76 are still the second most in NCAA Division II history. Tommy Bumgardner. Our next Hall of Famer is Chad Armstrong. A 2000 inductee into the Hall of Fame, Chad Armstrong was a two-time All-American in 1989 and 1990. He reached base in all 56 games for the Pirates in 1990, and his number one was retired in 2012 by the Pirates. Chad Armstrong. Our next two Hall of Fame inductees, Bobby and Tommy Cannon. 2000 inductees into the Hall of Fame. Bobby and Tommy Cannon both played basketball and baseball for the Pirates, and were all conference players for Armstrong State in 1967. Our next Hall of Famer is Dana Harding. A 2001 inductee into the Hall of Fame, Dana Harding was the Pirates' most prolific power hitter, still holding Armstrong State records for most home runs in a season, 28, and in a career, 39, in his 2 seasons from 1987 and 88. Dana Harding. Our next Hall of Famer is Mark Mamalakis. A 2001 inductee into the Hall of Fame, Mark Mamalakis was a 16-year-old freshman for the Pirates in 1970. He played 4 years and was the team most valuable player in 1971 and an NAIA All-District honoree in 1973. Mark Mamalakis. Our next Hall of Famer cannot be with us today, but that's Chuck Christopher. He was a 2002 inductee into the Hall of Fame, pitching from 1985 to 87, primarily facing Division I competition and compiling a 27-9 career record. And he still holds 7 current Armstrong State pitching records. Chuck Christopher. Our next Hall of Famer is Tony Yeomans. A 2003 inductee into the Hall of Fame, Tony Yeomans was a 4-year standout for the Pirates from 1981 to 84, compiling a career .325 batting average while still holding 6 career hitting records, including most at-bats and games played. Tony Yeomans. Our next Hall of Famer is Brad Squibb. A 2004 inductee into the Hall of Fame, Brad Squibb is a 2-time All-American from 1989 to 1990 who helped the Pirates to 2 World Series appearances. He still holds the NCAA postseason single-game total base record with 15, and his number 9 was retired in 2012. Brad Squibb. Our next Hall of Famer is Tommy Thompson. Tommy Thompson we lost earlier this season, but his son Curtis is here to accept this ring on his behalf. He was a 2011 recipient of the Service Citation Award from the Hall of Fame, and Tommy Thompson was a cherished part of the Armstrong State baseball program for more than 35 years, coaching and serving as a mentor to countless Pirate baseball players. Tommy Thompson. Our next Hall of Famer is Dr. Eddie Anspacher. A 4-year student athlete for the baseball team from 1976 to 77, Dr. Eddie Anspacher later served as an assistant and then athletic director for the Pirates, spanning 4 decades of involvement in Armstrong State athletics. He was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2014. Dr. Eddie Anspacher. Our next Hall of Famer cannot be with us today, unfortunately, but that's Chris Millicents, a 2014 inductee into the Hall of Fame. Chris Millicents caught for the Armstrong State baseball team from 1992 and 1993, helping the Pirates win 2 Peach Belt regular season titles, and he was the first co-signed academic All-American in Armstrong State athletic history in 1993. Chris Millicents. Our next Hall of Famer is Ricky Meeks. A 2017 inductee into the Hall of Fame, Ricky Meeks won a then-school record 29 games in his 4 seasons from 1983 to 86 and was the team captain for his final 2 seasons as Armstrong State competed in the Big South Conference. Ricky Meeks. Our next Hall of Famer is Joe Roberts. The all-time winningest coach in NCAA Division II history at the time of his retirement in 2013, Joe Roberts won 1,322 games in 34 seasons and built the Armstrong State baseball program into a perennial power. He was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2017, and his number 10 was retired earlier this year. Joe Roberts. And our final Hall of Famer to be honored today is head coach Calvin Culverson here at Armstrong State. A 2011 inductee into the Hall of Fame, Calvin Culverson was a two-time All-Big South Conference player and a Division II All-American as a senior, playing from 1985 to 88. He served as assistant coach from 1995 to 2013, then assumed the head coaching position in 2014. Calvin Culverson. As we gather all of our Hall of Famers for one final picture, let's give a giant round of applause to all of our athletic Hall of Famers. Play something a little soft, just kind of, because we still got to do the, oh, and I'm still on, okay. Hopefully you enjoyed our Hall of Fame ceremony here. Our 17 of our 21 athletic Hall of Famers from the baseball program represented here today in the final game of Armstrong State baseball history. I'm Chad Jackson, happy to bring you that ceremony. We're going to break and come back with the starting lineups, and then we will have a first pitch between the Braves and the Pirates in this, the final baseball game in the history of Armstrong State University. Before we do our starting lineups today, if we can have every former Armstrong State University baseball player in the stands, please stand up and be recognized. At this time, all former Armstrong State University baseball player, please stand and be recognized. Head coach Calvin Culverson and the baseball program would like to thank you for your support over the years, being a part of what has been a great baseball tradition here at Armstrong State University. Again, thank you. Now let's meet the starting lineups for today's contest. First for UNC Pembroke, leading off playing center field, number 2, Roberto Rivera. Batting second, playing left field, number 36, Lucas Ledford. Batting third, playing third, number 13, Jarrett Mobley. Batting cleanup, the first baseman, number 17, Ethan Balcom. Batting fifth, the right fielder, number 46, Luke Jackson. Batting sixth, the designated hitter, number 16, Drew Beaver. Batting seventh, the shortstop, number 15, River Ryan. Batting eighth and catching, number 8, Justin DeTillo. And batting ninth and playing second base, number 1, Nick Salisbury. On the mound today for the Braves, right-hander, number 23, Jesse Stinnett. The head coach for the Braves is Paul O'Neill. He's assisted by Jeff Jefferson, Alex Pierce, and Collins Cuthrell. Ready? And now, the starting lineup for your Armstrong State University Pirates. Leading off playing center field for Macon, Georgia, number 16, Mike Warren. Batting second, playing shortstop for Martinez, Georgia, number 7, Chandler Corley. Batting third, the designated hitter from Snellville, Georgia, number 18, Ryan Patterson. Batting cleanup at first base from Blackshear, Georgia, number 32, Zach Goebel. Batting fifth, playing right field from Cochran, Georgia, number 15, Caleb Slaughter. Batting sixth and catching from Valdosta, Georgia, number 26, Mark Felton. Batting seventh, playing left field from Aiken, South Carolina, number 17, Trey Roberts. Batting eighth, playing second base from Rochelle, Georgia, number 22, Cal Young. And batting ninth and playing third base from Blackshear, Georgia, number 3, Stetson Smith. On the hill today for your Pirates, right-hander from Kite, Georgia, number 2, Matt Meeks. The head coach of the Pirates is Calvin Culverson. He is assisted by Brian English and Zach Lance. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask that you please rise, join, and remove your hats as we honor America and those defending our freedom with the playing of our national anthem. Pat Jackson Mack with you here at Pirate Field. We hope you enjoyed our ceremony honoring our Armstrong State Baseball Hall of Famers. 21 in total, and we were fortunate to have 17 of those 21 represented here today at the final baseball game in Armstrong State University history. Pirates come in 22 and 25 overall, 5 and 18 in the Peach Belt. The Pirates lost 14 to 11 to UNC Pembroke yesterday and on Friday in very similar feeling contests. And UNC Pembroke comes in 37 and 12 overall, 15 and 8 in the Peach Belt Conference. And today for the Pirates, it'll be Matt Meeks on the hill. Meeks comes in with a 3-4 record, a 3.16 earned run average. 11 appearances, 10 starts. He's thrown 74 innings, given up 74 hits. He has walked 30, struck out 64. And he faces this lineup for UNC Pembroke. As Roberto Rivera leads off, he'll play center field. Lucas Ledford, the left fielder, bats second. Jarrett Mobley, the third baseman, bats third. Ethan Balcom, the first baseman, bats cleanup. Luke Jackson, the right fielder, bats fifth. Drew Beaver, the designated hitter, bats sixth. River Ryan, the shortstop, bats seventh. Justin DeTillo, the catcher, bats eighth. And Nick Salisbury will bat ninth, play second base. Defensively for the Pirates behind Meeks, it's Zach Goebel at first, Cal Young at second, Chandler Corley at short. Stetson Smith the third, Mark Felton behind the plate, and in the outfield from left to right, it's Trey Roberts, Mike Warren, and Caleb Slaughter. As the first pitch from Matt Meeks is a strike, and we're underway here at Pirate Field. Hot day, but breezy. The wind is blowing in strongly from left center field as that pitch is low. Temperatures in the mid to upper 80s today. A very small threat of rain, but should be good to go as there's a grounder to short. Chandler Corley up with it, throws on to first, and there's one away. Rivera had a 4-hit day yesterday, drove in 4 for the Braves, but Matt Meeks sets him down to start the first, and now Lucas Ledford, the left fielder, will bat. Ledford, 5'10" junior from Waynesville, North Carolina, hitting .421, 16 hits and 38 at-bats with a couple of runs batted in. Hits from the left side against the righty Meeks. Meeks delivers a strike. It's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. And that's fouled back out of play. And it's 0-2. At the same time as we're with you here today from Pirate Field, Armstrong State men's tennis is in action over at the Armstrong Tennis Complex. They are playing against Lander University. The winner goes to the NCAA round of 16 in Altamont Springs next week as the 0-2 pitch is high for a ball. And we will keep you updated on affairs over there as we go along today. 1-2 fastball, that's upstairs for a ball, and it's 2-2. Meeks had a great performance his last outing here. It was last Sunday against Young Harris. As this is lifted into foul territory left side, but it will fall foul. Meeks threw 10 innings, gave up 8 hits, 1 run, walked 1, struck out 5. Against Young Harris, that was a 1-1 score after 10, but Young Harris scored 5 runs in the 11th to win 6-1. Meeks picked up the win against Georgia Southwestern on April 15th. He threw 7 2/3, gave up just 2 runs as that pitch is high and outside. He walked 3, struck out 3 in the win over the Hurricanes as the Pirates won 2 of 3 from Georgia Southwestern that weekend. 3-2 pitch is high and outside for ball 4, and Ledford draws a 1-out walk, and it will bring up Jarrett Mobley. Mobley, 6'1" freshman from Tarboro, North Carolina, hitting .323. 7 doubles, 4 homers, 36 runs batted in on the season. First pitch from Meeks is upstairs for a ball. Ledford on at first. UNC Pembroke has stolen 12 bases this weekend, 6 in Friday's game, 6 in yesterday's game, as this is grounded foul down the third base side. Throw over to first, but back safely is Ledford. Mobley had 2 hits, 2 runs batted in the game yesterday. Yesterday's game, UNC Pembroke built a 10-3 lead. Pirates had the tying run at the plate in the 9th, as that pitch from Meeks is a strike. But UNC Pembroke reliever Hank Simpson able to get out of the jam and earn the save for the Braves. Again, what's on the line for UNC Pembroke if they win to the Braves today, they move up to the 4th seed in the Peach Belt Conference tournament. Right now, they are the 5th seed. 1-2 pitch. Popped up. Should be playable. Felton, actually, this is going to now drift into the stands. Again, the wind blowing in from left center field. So initially it looked like the Pirates might be able to make a play on it, but it falls foul. Throw over to first, Ledford back. And now the 1-2 pitch from Meeks, and that's hit into left field, and that is foul. Just foul off the bat of Mobley down the left field line. Another throw to first, Ledford back. We're in the top of the first. One ball, 2 strikes. Again, a throw over. Meeks paying attention to Ledford over at first. And the 1-2 pitch, this one popped up. Stetson Smith in foul territory will make the grab. And that will be the second out. Of the inning, and it brings up Ethan Balcom. Like Mobley, a freshman, Balcom is the leading hitter for UNC Pembroke. .403 average, 14 doubles, 10 homers, 47 runs batted in. He has 7 hits in the doubleheader, or in the series, excuse me, this weekend. Went 2 for 4 with 3 runs batted in yesterday. Meeks' first pitch is a little bit high for ball 1. Throw over first again, and again Ledford back. Chopper foul over towards the third base coaching box. Jeff Jefferson will walk over and pick it up. But the count is 1-1. UNC Pembroke in their gold tops again today. They wore these yesterday. Gray pants, white numbers, black trim. Pirates in their white pants with maroon tops today. As that pitch is in the dirt and gets past Felton. And so the wild pitch will move Ledford to second base. And it's a 2-1 count on Balcom. Just a handful of other games in the Peach Belt today. 2 more to be exact. Georgia College is at Auburn Montgomery at 2 o'clock, and Emmanuel is at North Georgia at 3 o'clock. We'll run through the scores from yesterday in a little bit as the 2-1 pitch from Meeks, grounded foul. Down the third base side, it's 2-2. We'll also, in case you missed our ceremony before today's contest, kind of go through the Hall of Famers who were honored before today's game. Several of them in attendance this weekend, more than several, 17 of them represented. It has been a long and proud history of Pirate baseball, covering the last 50 years of Armstrong State athletics. Shot into left field, and that's going to fall for a base hit, rounding third, and scoring will be Ledford. The throw is a good one. Now they throw to second, and out at second is Balcom. So UNC Pembroke gets a run, but the Pirates will throw out Balcom trying to take the extra base. We go to the bottom of the first. UNC Pembroke leads 1-0. Chad Jackson back with you here at Pirate Field. In between innings, Brad Squibb, one of the Hall of Famers honored here today up in the press box. He has been one of our most loyal listeners and watchers of Pirate baseball, as we have webcasted over the last 15 years Pirate baseball from here at Pirate Field. We appreciate him and all of our listeners and watchers over the years who have followed us first through our own website, then through Penn Atlantic streaming, then Ustream, then live stream, and then finally YouTube. the many homes of Pirate Athletics on the web. Mike Warren looks at a first pitch strike from the starting pitcher for the UNC Pembroke Braves today, and that is Jesse Stinnett. Stinnett's numbers 5-3 with a 6.49 earner run average. This is his 9th start and 15th appearance of the year. He has thrown 51 in the third innings, given up 57 hits. He has walked 22, struck out 54. As Warren shows bunt, but takes the pitch high and inside for a ball. Stinnett is a 6'4 senior from Madison Heights, Virginia, and a transfer from Maryland Eastern Shore. 2 balls, 1 strike on Mike Warren, leading here for the Pirates this season as that pitch is low. .417 average, 10 doubles, a triple, a homer, 27 runs batted in. Had just 1 hit yesterday, but it did extend his hitting streak to 28 games. He'll be looking to make it 29 today, and then wherever he ends up next year, we'll try and make it 30. Ball 4 will put Warren on. And it will bring up Chandler Corley. Corley, the junior from Martinez, Georgia, hitting .368, 6 homers, 54 runs batted in. Yesterday's game, Corley 2 for 5 with 2 runs scored. Had a solo home run here on Friday in the game against the Braves. And Warren elicits a throw from Stinnett and another one, and then he's picked off. Warren can't believe it. He does not understand that he was picked off, but Stinnett definitely caught him napping there, and that's the first out of the inning. So before Corley even sees a pitch from Stinnett, Warren picked off, and now Stinnett delivers a pitch that's down and away for ball 1. That is the 4th pickoff for Stinnett, by the way, that leads the UNC Pembroke staff, and it's rare for a right-hander to lead a team, as that is a check swing foul. But Stinnett picking off his 4th runner of the year, and that's the 9th team pickoff for the Braves. 1-1 pitch hit in the air deep to right center field, and that's going to be caught by the right fielder, Luke Jackson. He almost overran it, but was able to make the late reaction and run it down, and that's the 2nd out of the inning. So 2 down for Ryan Patterson. Patterson fouls off the first pitch for strike 1. The senior from Snellville hitting .380, 12 doubles, 7 homers, 61 runs batted in. Yesterday, Patterson was 4 for 5 with 2 runs batted in. And the 1-1 pitch is grounded off the pitcher to second. Salisbury will then throw to first, and that will retire the side. So a unconventional 3-up, 3-down inning for the Pirates. We head to the second, 1-0 UNC Pembroke leads. Luke Jackson, Drew Beaver, River Ryan to face Matt Meeks here in the second inning. We've got some scores to update you over at the men's tennis match. Doubles play currently underway between Armstrong State and Lander, and the Pirates are up in all three doubles matches as Jackson fouls off the first pitch. Pirates up 4-3 at number one doubles, 5-2 at number two doubles, and 4-1 at number three doubles. So a good start for Armstrong State against Lander. 0-1 pitch grounded to short. Tough play for Corley, but he is able to field it on the high hop and throw on to first, and that is the first out of the second inning. So that brings up the designated hitter, Drew Beaver. Beaver played second base in Friday's game against the Pirates, hitting .303 with 9 doubles, 3 homers, and 36 runs batted in. Beaver is a 5'11 senior from Lexington, North Carolina. First pitch from Meeks is low for a ball. And the 1-0 pitch bunted to third, and tough play for Smith, and that is not in time, so Beaver bunts for a single and gives UNC Pembroke one out base runner. And brings up the shortstop, River Ryan. .62 freshman from Huntersville, North Carolina. Ryan, .330 average with a homer, 25 runs batted in. Yesterday, 1 for 4, but drove in a pair. Also had a stolen base. Throw over to first, but Beaver back to the bag. First pitch down low for a ball. 1-0 UNC Pembroke leads. We're in the top of the second inning. And again, the final game in Armstrong State baseball history. As this is lifted into left field, but Trey Roberts has it read perfectly. He'll make the crab for out number 2. And it will bring up Justin DeTillo, the catcher. DeTillo has caught every inning so far this weekend for UNC Pembroke. The senior from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. DeTillo hitting .206 with a double, 3 homers, 19 runs batted in. Meeks his first pitch off speed, but right over the plate for strike 1. The Armstrong State Athletic Hall of Fame was created in 1995, and over the years has elected nearly 100 members, with the inductees and the Service Citation Award recipients. And baseball has had the majority, as there's a throw down to first, but back safely is Beaver. The only player who was in that inaugural Hall of Fame class in 1995 was Charlie Broad, who was a 4-year standout for the Pirates, 84 to 87, and when he finished his collegiate career, he held 25 hitting records at Armstrong State. And the 0-2 pitch, they're going to say he held up on the pitch in the dirt, so it's a ball. And the count is now 1-2 on DeTillo. There are 6 numbers on the outfield wall here that represent retired jerseys and retired numbers in Armstrong State baseball, and Charlie Broad's number 13 was the first of those numbers to be retired. 1-2 pitch down and away, and it's 2-2. As you might expect, all 6 of those retired numbers belong to Hall of Fame members. Throw over to first again. Beaver back safely. Two balls, 2 strikes now. The pitch will not be made as Meeks steps off the rubber. Two-two pitch in the dirt. Felton blocked it. Initially lost the location of it, but was able to pick it up and prevent Beaver from advancing. Three balls, 2 strikes now the count. The pitch from Meeks hit up the middle, and that's going to be a base hit. So Datillo comes up with a 2-out single, and that will bring up the first baseman, or excuse me, the second baseman, Nick Salisbury. Salisbury hitting .270, a double, 2 triples, 2 homers, 19 runs batted in. Meeks' first pitch is a strike on the outside corner. Yesterday, Salisbury 2 for 4 with 3 runs scored. Also had a stolen base. As the 0-1 pitch popped up, Stetson Smith gives chase, but it's going to get out of play. And it's 0-2. O2 pitch called strike 3, and Matt Meeks will get out of the jam as we head to the bottom of the second. 1-0 UNC Pembroke leads. We move to the bottom of the second inning. Armstrong State and UNC Pembroke battling in the final game of this Peach Belt Conference Series, final game of the regular season for both teams, and the final baseball game in Armstrong State University history as Zach Goebel looks at a first pitch strike from Jesse Stinnett. Goebel, the sophomore from Blackshear, Georgia, hitting .333, 11 doubles, 9 homers, 51 runs batted in. Yesterday, Goebel 4 for 6 with a couple of runs scored in RBI as that pitch is a strike, and it's 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the 1-2 pitch is down and away for ball 2. The 2-2 pitch hit in the air to right center field. That's going to drop for a base hit, and Armstrong State has a leadoff single here in the second with Zach Goebel, and that will bring up Caleb Slaughter. Slaughter, 6'3" junior from Cochran, Georgia, hitting .322 with a team-high 13 doubles, 6 homers, 42 runs driven in. And the first pitch from Stinnett is a strike. Little tapper to third. This will be a tough play for Mobley. Throw to first is not in time, and Caleb Slaughter will beat out the little tapper to third, and the Pirates have 2 on with nobody out for Mark Felton. Felton, the freshman from Valdosta, hitting .326, 6 doubles, a homer, 13 runs batted in. He was 4 for 4 yesterday with a double and 3 runs batted in to lead the Pirates at the plate against the Braves in Game 2 of this Peach Belt Conference Series. Stinnett will bluff a throw to second, chasing Goebel back to the bag. And now the first pitch to Felton. That is an off-speed pitch that's right over the plate for a strike. It's 0-1. Zach Goebel on at second. He singled to start the inning. Caleb Slaughter at first. And infield single. And the 0-1 pitch hit into right. That's a base hit. They will have to hold Goebel at third, but the Pirates start off the second inning with 3 straight base hits. And that will bring up Trey Roberts. Roberts getting the start in left field today. He pitched in the first 2 games of the series, but getting his 9th start for the Pirates in the outfield, the senior from Aiken, South Carolina, and transfer from Liberty, hitting .265, 9 hits and 34 at-bats, 2 doubles, a homer, 6 runs batted in. And he bats with the bases full, nobody out here in the second. First pitch to him is a strike. It's 0-1. And the next pitch upstairs from Stinnett. And a big swing and a miss at the fastball from Stinnett. And it's 1-2. Jesse Stinnett's last outing, he threw 7 innings of 2-hit shutout ball, walked 2, struck out 8 in an 8-0 win over Coker on the 23rd of April. His last Peach Belt start was on the 15th against Flagler. He threw 3 1/3. As there's a swing and a miss, strike 3, and Trey Roberts out on strikes for the first out of the inning. And that'll bring up Cal Young. Stinnett in that game against Flagler, 3 1/3, 6 hits, 4 runs, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts. The Braves would end up winning that game 9-6. He was not involved in the decision. As the first pitch to Cal Young is a strike. In fact, Stinnett, in his 5 wins have all been out-of-conference wins. He's beaten Coker, Barton, Wingate, as that pitch is a strike, Lenore Ryan, and Shepard. 0-2 the count on Young, hitting .279 with 5 runs batted in. Yesterday, 0 for 3 at the plate for the Pirates. Grounds this one to first. This could be 2. They throw home for 1, but there's no one covering the bag at first. So unable to get Young to complete the double play. And that's the second out of the inning. And it brings up Stetson Smith. Smith, the sophomore from Blackshear, Georgia, hitting .272, 4 doubles, 2 triples, 15 runs batted in. First pitch to him is a strike. Swinging a foul ball at the plate. Stetson Smith 2 for 5 this season with the bases loaded. He had a 2-run double with the bases loaded in the series against Young Harris last weekend. 0-2 pitch well high. And it's 1-2. Caleb Slaughter at third. Mark Felton at second. Cal Young at first. Pirates had the bases loaded, nobody out, but Stinnett 1 strike away from getting out of the jam as that pitch is high for a ball. And it's 2-2. Two-two pitch, that's in the dirt. They're going to check with the bases umpire to see if we went around. He did not. And it's a 3-2 count. John Puma behind the plate today. Rich Barron's on the bases. 3 balls, 2 strikes, bases loaded. So we'll start the merry-go-round. All the runners will get a head start on the pitch. As Jesse Stinnett deals to Stetson Smith. The 3-2 delivery, and that is way high. And hits the backstop. So a bases loaded walk to Smith drives in the first run of the game. We're tied at 1. And it brings up Mike Warren. Second walk issued by Stinnett, and in fact, it is the hitter, Warren, who drew the other walk, and that was in the first inning. And Stinnett talking to the bases umpire Barons about something. But Warren will step in now. He walked to lead off the first, but then was picked off by Stinnett. First pitch to him, down and away for a ball. 1 run, 3 hits for both the Pirates and the Braves here in the bottom of the second. And the 1-0 pitch is also outside of the strike zone. It's 2-0, and Stinnett battling here in the second. Gave up 3 hits to start the inning, consecutive singles, but then struck out Roberts and got Cal Young on a fielder's choice. But here he has fallen behind Mike Warren 3-0 with the bases loaded. And you got to think Warren's got the take sign here, because really none of these 3 pitches have been close. And that is low ball 4. Back-to-back bases loaded walks, and Armstrong State takes its first lead of the weekend. It's 2-1. And we're going to get a visit to the mound from head coach Paul O'Neill here to talk things over with his hurler Jesse Stinnett. So we'll break for a moment and come right back. Meeting on the mound is done, and now Jesse Stinnett will face Chandler Corley, who looks at a first pitch strike. Corley flew out to right field on a nice play by Luke Jackson in the gap. And after that visit to the mound, Stinnett's delivered 2 straight strikes, and it's an 0-2 count to Corley. Again, the wind blowing in rather fiercely from left center field. 0-2 pitch fouled off at the plate. Good job by Corley to get a piece of it. Last update from tennis, we think, has Armstrong still up in 2 of 3 doubles matches. But none of those matches have been concluded as of yet. The 0-2 delivery from Stinnett again. That's in the dirt, gets away from the catcher. Throw the plate, though, is not in time. And Cal Young scores on the wild pitch to make it 3-1. The throw was in time, but it was high, and so when the pitcher Stinnett went to tag Young, Young was already on home plate. And so the Pirates have plated 3 runs here. They've plated the runs without hits, but they started the inning with 3 straight hits. So all of those runs have come around to score. And now Corley bats with runners at second and third. Still 2 out in the inning. And there's a shot into right field. That's a base hit. They wave Warren around second. He will score as the throw is cut off. It's a 2-run single for Chandler Corley. And the Pirates now lead at 5-1. And all 5 runs in this inning for the Pirates have come with 2 out. Patterson grounded out to second base, his first time up. First throw over to first for Stinnett. Corley goes with the pitch, and Corley will take second as Datillo went to throw down to second but lost a grip on the ball. And so Chandler Corley will take second, and that is his 16th steal. The 0-1 pitch hit in the air to left. It's up in that wind, though, and making the catch by the left field foul line is Lucas Ledford, and that retires the side. But the Pirates plate 5, and we head to the third. 5-1 our score here at Pirate Field. Chad Jackson back with you here at Pirate Field. Final game in the history of Armstrong State University baseball. And Armstrong State with a 5-run second inning to take a 5-1 lead. Matt Meeks will face the top of the UNC Pembroke order. And the first pitch to him is high for a ball. Roberto Rivera, center fielder, grounded out to short in the first inning. Hitting .387 on the year is Rivera. 7 doubles, 9 triples. He had a triple here yesterday in the 14-11 win for the Braves. 2 homers, 41 runs batted in. The 2-0 pitch hits him. So Rivera will head down to first, where he is a major threat to steal. He has 23 stolen bases on the season. And it brings up Lucas Ledford, the left fielder. Ledford shows bunt, takes the pitch for a ball. And it's 1-0. Ledford walked in the first, advanced to second on a wild pitch, and then scored on the RBI single by Ethan Balcom. And there's a shot into left field as the hit and run works to perfection. Rivera took off for second. Corley went to cover second, and Ledford put it right where Corley vacated. And just like that, UNC Pembroke has 2 on with nobody out for Jarrett Mobley. Mobley fouled out to third baseman Stetson Smith in the first inning. Shows bunt, takes the pitch for Meeks high for ball one. One 0 pitch, that is a strike again. Mobley showed bunt, but took the pitch. One pitch popped up on a bunt. Meeks will catch it on the fly. Then he turned to see if he could double off either of the runners, but both Rivera and Ledford scampered back to the bag, so it's just an out, but an important out, as now a double play can get the Pirates out of the inning. But it will be first baseman Ethan Balcom coming to the plate. Balcom singled to left, drove in a run in the first, but then was thrown out trying to take second on the throw home. First pitch from Meeks is a strike at the knees. It's 0-1. No balls, one strike. Swing and a miss from Balcom, and it's 0-2. Oh, 0-2 pitch hit deep in the air to center field, but again, up in that wind. Mike Warren has plenty of time to get back and make the play. Throw to third is in time, and the Pirates pull the double play as Warren throws out Rivera. And head coach, or assistant coach, Jeff Jefferson initially argues the call. Now Paul O'Neill out to argue the call. And that gets the Pirates out of the inning. We head to the bottom of the third, 5-1, Pirates lead. Chad Jackson back with you here at Pirate Field. Little bit of controversy on that call at third base. Head coach Paul O'Neill arguing that Rivera was safe tagging up, going to third on the fly ball to center field. But we bat now with the Pirates in the bottom of the third inning. Zach Goebel leads things off. He fouled off the first pitch from Jesse Stinnett for strike one. 5-1 our score. Armstrong State leads it as that pitch is low. And then a shot to third. Mobley throws on to first, and there's one away. Jarrett Mobley with the nice pick at third for out number one. And that will bring up Caleb Slaughter.
Number 15, Caleb Slaughter.
Slaughter beat out a tapper to third for a base hit in the second inning. First pitch to him is high for a ball. He would later score on the bases loaded walk issued to Stetson Smith. So the 2-0 pitch from Stinnett popped up into very shallow right field. Salisbury out on the grass will make the grab, and quickly 2 down for the Pirates in the third. In 1996, the second year of the Armstrong Athletic Hall of Fame, there were 3 inductees involved in the baseball program. Mike Mitchner was a pitcher for the Pirates who was the highest draftee in the Major League Baseball draft. He was a third-round selection by the Chicago White Sox in 1988. His number 25 hangs on the outfield fence in right center field as Mark Felton grounds this one to short. Should be a 3-up, 3-down inning, and it is for the Braves. So we are through 3 here at Pirate Field, and Armstrong State leads it 5-1. Matt Meeks will face the 5, 6, 7 hitters in the order for UNC Pembroke here in the top of the fourth inning. Luke Jackson, the right fielder, lead things off. He'll be followed in the order by Drew Beaver and River Ryan. Jackson grounded out to Chandler Corley at short in the second inning. And Matt Meeks' first pitch is a strike. And it's 0-1. Before we broke for the inning. We were telling you about the 96 Hall of Fame class that had 3 members of the baseball program. Mike Mitchner we told you about, as that pitch is fouled off. Dr. Roy Sims, one of the other, he was the coach of the Armstrong baseball team from the 1950s to 1967. That was when Armstrong was a junior college, and then moved to our Southside campus, and the first year of 4-year intercollegiate competition was that 1967 year. He also served as the athletic director here at Armstrong from 55 to 67 and 77 to 86, as the 0-2 pitch is low. Sadly, we lost Dr. Sims towards the end of last year, but he has been one of the really founding fathers of Armstrong State athletics in its current iteration. As this is grounded into left field for a base hit, and UNC Pembroke has the leadoff runner on for the second straight inning, and it brings up Beaver, the designated hitter. The third inductee actually received the Service Citation Award, and it's Dr. Donald Anderson, who is on the staff currently at Armstrong State Athletics. He has helped Armstrong student athletes, particularly the baseball team, with their academics for nearly 35 years, and has been a huge supporter of the Armstrong State baseball program since the early 80s. First pitch from Meeks to Beaver is high for a ball. Drew Beaver singled in the second inning, so he is 1 for 1, hitting .307 now on the year. The 1-0 pitch popped up. Foul territory. Young gives chase, as does Goebel, but it's going to fall foul for strike 1. With the merger coming up with Georgia Southern, there will be another Armstrong State Hall of Fame class. Armstrong State will remain Armstrong State University until December, and so this fall there will be one more Hall of Fame class. Georgia Southern runs its Hall of Fame classes every other year. They are not scheduled to have a Hall of Fame ceremony in 2017-2018, so still an opportunity for more members of the baseball program to be inducted into the Hall of Fame, as this is a popped up bunt, foul territory, but it will fall for strike 2. So as we receive word on how that will happen, and we invite you to pay attention to ArmstrongPirates.com. That website will still be active throughout the merger process and will be up as an archive as well for at least a few years. Again, the final semester of intercollegiate competition for Armstrong State University athletics. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. Matt Meeks delivers a pitch that's hit in the air to left field. Trey Roberts, battling the wind, will come on, and he'll make the grab. So 1 down for the shortstop, River Ryan. Armstrong State has swept all 3 doubles matches from Lander over at the men's tennis NCAA regional. So a 3-love lead for the Pirates heading into singles play. Again, trying to advance the NCAA round of 16, as the first pitch is a strike from Meeks to Ryan. No balls, 1 strike. The pitch, that's in the dirt, blocked by Felton. Pirates won 8-3 at number 1 as this is grounded to short. Corley steps on second, throws on to first. It is a 6-3 double play as the air horns sound here at Pirate Field, and we go to the bottom of the 4th. 5-1 Armstrong State leads. Chad Jackson back with you here at Pirate Field. Armstrong State leads UNC Pembroke 5-1. Quickly giving the scores from doubles play over at the Armstrong Tennis Complex. Armstrong won number 1 doubles 8-3, number 2 doubles 9-8, 3 in the tiebreaker, and number 3 doubles 8-3 to take a 3-0 lead over the Bearcats. Here Trey Roberts starts the bottom of the 4th inning looking at a strike from Jesse Stinnett. Roberts struck out swinging in the 2nd. Takes that pitch low and in for ball 1. And the 1-1 pitch, that's a strike. And it's 1-2. Roberts, the senior from Liberty, played his first 3 seasons for the Flames. As we told you yesterday, Nick Salisbury, the second baseman, also played at Liberty. Roberts joining the Pirates for his senior season this year, pitched Friday and Saturday against the Braves, as this is hit in the air to left field. Center fielder Rivera will range over into the gap, and he will make the play for out number 1. So that will bring up Cal Young.
Number 22, Cal Young.
He reached on a fielder's choice in the 2nd and scored on a wild pitch from Stinnett. First pitch from Stinnett downstairs for a ball. Young, in his first season with the Pirates, joined Armstrong State from East Georgia College. Breaking ball, that's a strike. And it's 1-1. And the 1-1 pitch high and tight. Swing and a tapper foul. And it makes the count 2-2. And the 2-2 pitch down and away, and it's 3-2. So Stinnett works the count full on Cal Young here in the bottom of the fourth. And the 3-2 pitch fouled off out of play. And the 3-2 pitch, that is a fair ball. DeTillo had to take a moment and secure the little tapper, but he's able to throw on to first to record the out, and there's 2 down for Stetson Smith. Smith steps to the plate. He batted in the second inning with the bases loaded, 2 outs, fell behind in the count 1-2, but then came back and worked a walk that drove in the first of 5 runs in the inning for the Pirates. Check swing on the high fastball, and he went around, so it's 0-1. Smith walked, then Warren walked with the bases loaded. Cal Young scored on a wild pitch, and then Chandler Corley drove in a pair, and that's how the Pirates got their 5 runs in the bottom of the second. But here it's an 0-2 count. Stinnett with the pitch. Grounded to short. Ryan throws to first, and 3 up, 3 down go the Pirates for a second straight inning. We head to the 5th here at Pirate Field. 5-1 Armstrong State leads. We head to the top of the 5th inning here at Pirate Field, Armstrong State. With a 5-1 lead, Matt Meeks will face the 8, 9, and 1 hitters in the order for UNC Pembroke. Justin DeTillo will lead things off. He singled in the second inning. He is 1 for 1. Meeks, through 4 innings, has thrown 58 pitches, 37 for strikes. He has given up 5 hits, 1 run. He's walked 1 and struck out 1. And Meeks' first pitch is popped up into center field. Mike Warren will make the grab for out number 1. So that will bring up Salisbury, the second baseman, struck out looking against Meeks in the second. Of course, any mention of the Armstrong State Athletic Hall of Famers, you got to mention the 2 coaches who have been in existence since the Hall of Fame, and that was Joe Roberts and the current head coach Calvin Culverson, both inducted into the Hall of Fame. Coach Roberts was inducted this year, Calvin Culverson was inducted as a player in 2011. 4-year player and 2-time All Big South Conference player. Began his term as an assistant coach in '95 and then took over the program in 2014. 2-1 the count now on Salisbury. And of course, you all know about Coach Roberts, 1,322 wins in 34 years at the helm of Armstrong State baseball. His number 10 resides on the right center field wall, retired this year, the same weekend he was inducted into the Hall of Fame. And it was against UNC Pembroke in 2013 as Salisbury walks that Coach Roberts became the all-time winningest head coach in Division II history. That number has since been surpassed this year by Southeastern Oklahoma State University's Mike Matheny. So Coach Roberts held that record for the better part of 4 years. Roberto Rivera comes to the plate for UNC Pembroke. Runner on first, 1 down. He has grounded out and been hit by a pitch in today's contest. And the first pitch from Meeks is low for a ball. And Mark Felton wants to head out and talk things over with Meeks. Throw over to first. Salisbury back to the bag. Salisbury has 11 stolen bases on the season. He stole one yesterday as that pitch is a strike. And it's 1-1. Pirates lead it. UNC Pembroke with a run in the first. Pirates with 5 in the second. As that pitch is inside. And it's 2-1. Two-one pitch hit into left field, and that's a base hit. Well, the Pirates have turned 2 double plays so far today. The runners on first and second, 1 out. Meeks will try and spin a double play ball here, and he'll face Lucas Ledford, the left fielder. 1 for 1, a walk and a single in his 2 plate appearances today. Hitting .436 now on the year. First pitch is a strike from Meeks, and it's 0-1. Ledford making his 10th start, 22nd appearance of the year. He is a 5'10 junior from Waynesville, North Carolina, and a transfer from Walters State Community College. Oh, 1 pitch is a little bit low, and it's 1-1. 1-1 pitch hit in the air to center field. Going back is Mike Warren. He'll make the catch. And Salisbury thought about tagging, but after Warren has already thrown out one runner at third, Salisbury thought better of it, and that's the second out of the inning, and it brings up Mobley, the third baseman. Mobley 0 for 2. He's fouled out to third and popped up a bunt attempt back to the pitcher, Meeks. First pitch, and they're going to say he went around. So Mobley falls behind 0-1. One pitch, strike again. So Meeks quickly ahead 0-2. That wind continues to blow in from left field. And the 0-2 pitch down and away for a ball. It has affected pretty much every fly ball we've seen to the outfield. Including that last one caught by Warren off the bat of Ledford. 1-2 pitch grounded to second. Young with it throws on to first, and that will retire the side. As we head to the bottom of the fifth to the cadence of air horns, 5-1 Pirates lead. Chad Jackson back with you here at Pirate Field, bottom of the fifth inning. Armstrong State and UNC Pembroke from Pirate Field as Mike Warren looks at a pitch for a strike. Warren has drawn a pair of walks today. His last one drove in a run with the bases loaded. Bounce this one to third. Mobley throws to first, and it's not in time, and that's going to be a hit and an error as Warren is going to end up at second. And the Pirates now have the leadoff runner on second. So that bunt single will extend his hitting streak, but it will also put him in scoring position after the throwing error by Mobley, and now Chandler Corley bats. So Mike Warren ends his Armstrong State career with a 29-game hitting streak. But more importantly, he's in scoring position here as Corley comes to the plate. He is 1 for 2, drove in a pair with a single his last time up. He looks at a first pitch strike from Stinnett, and it's 0-1. Oh, 1 pitch hit to third. It ricochets off the glove of Mobley, goes to the shortstop, so that'll be an infield hit for Corley. Warren did the right thing. He did not advance on the play, or else he could have been tagged out. So the Pirates have runners at first and second with nobody out. And Patterson looking for his first hit of the day. He's 0 for 2, a ground out and a fly out in his 2 at-bats. First pitch to him is upstairs for a ball. Next pitch, that's a strike at the knees. Stinnett now 71 pitches through 4+ innings, 44 for strikes. And now the 1-1 delivery from Stinnett. In the dirt, blocked by DeTillo. So the runners cannot advance. It's 2-1. And the 2-1 pitch inside, low as well. It's 3-1. Three-one pitch hit down the right field line. This is a fair ball, and this will plate at least one. They're going to hold Corley at third, but it is an RBI double for Ryan Patterson, and the Pirates now lead at 6-1. So 3 straight hits for the Pirates to start the 5th. And the Pirates now lead at 6-1 as Zach Goebel comes to the plate. The sophomore first baseman, 1 for 2 with a single in the 2nd inning. And that's going to get some activity in the UNC Pembroke bullpen, and it's also going to bring head coach Paul O'Neill out of the dugout to talk things over with Stinnett. We'll break for a moment and come back. You're listening to and watching for the final time Pirate Baseball. From our vantage point, it looked like number 9, Hayden Buffkin, was heading down to the bullpen for UNC Pembroke. But Stinnett toes the rubber now to work on Goebel, who bats with runners at second and third. Still nobody out in the fifth, but Goebel swings and misses at the first pitch for strike one. Chandler Corley on at third, Ryan Patterson on at second. The 0-1 pitch is a strike, and Stinnett gets ahead of Goebel quickly, 0-2. Single, and RBI double is how the Pirates have started the bottom of the fifth. And the 0-2 pitch is called strike three, so Goebel out on strikes for the first out of the inning. And that will bring up Caleb Slaughter. Slaughter 1 for 2, singled in the second inning and popped out in the third. Infield isn't completely in, but not playing at the normal depth, as the first pitch is a strike to Slaughter. The 0-1 pitch swung on and missed on a pitch that was in the dirt, and whatever UNC Pembroke said to Stinnett on that mound visit has worked. He's thrown 5 straight strikes, has Stinnett. O2 pitch called strike three. Stinnett has now struck out 3, and with 2 down, it brings up Mark Felton. 4 for 4 yesterday was Felton, 1 for 2 today. And we'll take a 2-out hit to try and add a run or 2 more to the one put up by the Pirates here in the fifth. Stinnett's first pitch, right over the plate for a strike. 7 straight strikes for Stinnett here in the fifth. Next pitch, high chopper to short. Ryan on the run, throws on to first, and that will retire the side. But the Pirates played a run. We go to the top of the sixth. 6-1, Armstrong State leads. We move to the top of the sixth inning here at Pirate Field. 6-1 Armstrong State leads it. And for the Braves, it'll be Ethan Balcom, Luke Jackson, Drew Beaver to bat here in the sixth. As we continue to talk about our baseball Hall of Famers honored before today's game, do want to mention, we told you Joe Roberts was inducted into the Hall of Fame this year. Ricky Meeks also inducted into the Hall of Fame this year. He won 29 games for the Pirates from 1983 to 86. That was a school record before Ethan Bader passed it with his 30th win 3 seasons ago. Meeks was the team captain for the Pirates in their final 2 years in which they played in the Big South Conference. Ethan Balcom leads things off, hits a pitch foul down the left side. Stetson Smith gives chase, but it will fall foul for strike one. Balcom singled in a run in the first, but then flew into an 8-5 double play to end the third. It was a deep fly ball to center field, but Mike Warren's throw cut down Rivera at third as that pitch is fouled off. And Meeks is ahead in the count 0-2. Auburn Montgomery, Georgia College scoreless in the fourth inning as the 0-2 pitch for Meeks is outside for a ball. North Georgia and Emmanuel start in about 10 minutes. As that pitch fouled back to the screen. And then another pitch fouled off by Balcom. Yesterday's action around the Peach Belt Conference, you know about the 14-11 win by the Braves here yesterday. Columbus State beat Augusta. That is a fair ball. Mark Felton from behind the plate catches it on the third base foul line, throws out Balcom at first for the first out of the inning. And that will bring up Jackson. Other scores: Columbus State beat Augusta 9-4. Chowan lost to USC Aiken 10-3. Auburn Montgomery nipped Georgia College 3-2 in 10 innings. And then North Georgia, with a good running game, beat Emmanuel 27-3. Jackson looks at a first pitch strike from Meeks. 1-for-2 singled his last time up, did Jackson. Time called at the plate. Jackson, 6-foot sophomore from Kinston, North Carolina, hitting .362 on the season, and hits this one into center field. Mike Warren, no trouble for him as he makes the grab for out number 2. So 2 down for Drew Beaver, the designated hitter. He is 1-for-2, singled in the second inning and flew out in the fourth. First pitch from Meeks, a little bit low, taken for a ball. One-0 pitch hit in the air to left field. Trey Roberts backs up, now comes in, makes the catch. 3 up, 3 down. Go the Braves in the sixth. We head to the bottom of the sixth inning. 6-1 Armstrong State leads. Chad Jackson back with you here at Pirate Field. Armstrong State leading UNC Pembroke 6-1, and the 7, 8, 9 hitters in the order for the Pirates here in the bottom of the 6th. Trey Roberts, Cal Young, and Stetson Smith. As Roberts comes to the plate. Roberts has struck out and flied out in his 2 at-bats. Roberts checks his swing. The 1-0 pitch. Roberts shows bunt, takes it for a ball, and it's 2-0. Roberts' last start in the outfield for the Pirates was against Belmont Abbey on April 11th, as he went 2 for 4 with a double and 2 runs scored in the 7-3 win for the Crusaders in that contest. Fouls this one off down the left side, and it's 2-1. Two-two pitch. That's hit into left field for a base hit. Trey Roberts has a leadoff single here in the bottom of the 6th, and it brings up Cal Young. So Cal Young steps to the plate. He grounded out to the catcher DeTillo his last time up. Shows bunt and pushes it to the pitcher. He looks at second, but the shortstop Ryan was late getting to the bag, so that means that Stinnett's only play will be to first, so the sacrifice successful as Roberts moves into scoring position. And it brings up Stetson Smith. Smith drove in a run with a walk in the 2nd, grounded out to short in the 4th, so he's 0 for 1 with an RBI. Trey Roberts on at 2nd. And Smith looks at a strike, and it's 0-1. And then the next pitch down and away, DeTillo with a good stop to make it 1-1. UNC Pembroke will next play in the Peach Belt Conference Tournament Championships May 10th through the 13th in Florence, South Carolina, as that pitch is a strike. Right now, the Braves the 5 seed, but a win today would make them the 4 seed, which means that the first round opponent for UNC Pembroke would not change. It would just be who is the home team and obviously who would bat last. Right now, UNC Pembroke would be playing Columbus State as this is hit into center field, and Rivero will make the grab for out number 2. Right now, the baseball standings, North Georgia is your 2017 Peach Belt Regular season champion, they won the league title with a 19-5 record, 2 games better than USC Aiken. Georgia College 16-8, UNC Pembroke 15-8, Columbus State 15-9. But a loss would drop Pembroke into that tie with Columbus State, and Columbus State took 2 of 3 from the Braves in their season series as Mike Warren looks to pitch high for a ball. The rest of the Peach Belt tournament field, Flagler is the 6 seed, Lander the 7 seed, and Augusta is the 8 seed. The 1-0 delivery to Warren. Grounder to third, but foul. Makes the count 1-1. Actually, I apologize. Georgia Southwestern is the 8 seed. Georgia Southwestern took 2 of 3 from Augusta in the regular season, and the Hurricanes are the final seed in the tournament, which again begins on May 10th. 1 ball, 1 strike to Warren, who bunted his way on with a single and scored his last time up. That pitch outside. He has also drawn a pair of walks from Stinnett. Who is approaching the 100 pitch mark. He has thrown 94 pitches through 5 2/3, 60 for strikes. And that pitch is a strike. It's 2-2. Trey Roberts leads away from second base. The 2-2 pitch to Warren is down and away, and the Pembroke team thought it was called strike 3, but instead it's a full count. So the payoff pitch from Stinnett, breaking ball down and away, and Warren draws his 3rd walk of the day. And with 2 on and 2 out, Chandler Corley will bat. Corley singled to third base his last time up. He is 2 for 3 today. And we're going to get a visit to the mound. We may have a pitching change here, but we'll break for a moment and come back. You're listening to and watching Pirate Baseball. new pitcher for UNC Pembroke is number 9, Hayden Buffkin, a 6'3 senior from Laurinburg, North Carolina. Buffkin making his 9th appearance of the season. He is 1-0 with a 4.09 earned run average and 1 save. He has thrown 11 innings, given up 11 hits. He has walked 3, struck out 9, and he replaces Stinnett, who went 5 and 2/3 innings, gave up 8 hits, 6 runs, walked 4, struck out 3 through 97 pitches. And Buffkin will try and get Chandler Corley for the final out of the inning. The Pirates have runners at first and second, but 2 down here in the bottom of the 6th. And Corley will come to the plate. Again, 2 for 3 today is Chandler Corley. And Buffkin's first pitch hit in the air to center field, and that's going to be caught by Rivera as it hangs up in the wind, and Rivera makes the grab for the out. We head to the top of the 7th. Pirates lead at 6-1. Top of the 7th inning here at Pirate Field. And Matt Meeks will face the 7, 8, and 9 hitters in the order, as River Ryan will step to the plate. Ryan 0 for 2 has flied out and grounded into a double play in his 2 at-bats. And Matt Meeks' first pitch hit to second. Young with it, throws on to first, and there's one away. So that brings up Datillo. He is 1 for 2, a single in the 2nd, and a fly out in the 5th. Again, Datillo has caught every inning for the Braves this weekend. First pitch to him is a strike. And the 0-1 pitch just a bit outside. And it's 1-1. One of the other Hall of Famers we'd like to talk about is Tommy Thompson, Service Citation Award recipient 2011, as this is hit in the air to center field. No trouble for Mike Warren. He'll make the grab. Tommy Thompson started working as a volunteer assistant for head coach Joe Roberts in 1981. and over the years was one of the more cherished members of the baseball program, and unfortunately passed away just a couple of months ago. His son Curtis was here to accept his Hall of Fame ring, but Tommy Thompson was a great hitting coach. He knew how to hit. He was an accomplished amateur player and a coach in the area, and just decided one day in 1981 to come help out the Pirates. And more than 35 years later, one of the big reasons for the success of Pirate baseball over the years. Nick Salisbury looks at a strike from Meeks. Salisbury has yet to put a ball in play today. He has struck out and walked in his 2 plate appearances, as the next pitch is high for a ball. Again, Salisbury out of Liberty pops this one up over towards the Pirates dugout, but it will get out of play. He is from Charlotte, but played for the Flames before joining UNC Pembroke. Switch hitter, hits from the left side against the righty Meeks. And the 1-2 pitch is check swing foul back to the screen. One ball, 2 strikes. The pitch from Meeks is high and outside. It's 2-2. And the 2-2 pitch just outside to the lefty Salisbury. It's 3-2. Three-two pitch swung on and missed, strike 3, and that will end the inning. We head to the bottom of the 7th inning. It's the 7th inning stretch. Stand up wherever you are for one last time. Pirates lead at 6-1. Chad Jackson back with you here at Pirate Field. Top of the order. Or excuse me, third batter in the order. I was looking at the wrong side of my score sheet. Ryan Patterson, Zach Goebel, and Caleb Slaughter to face the reliever for UNC Pembroke, Hayden Buffkin, who threw 1 pitch to get out of the top or the bottom of the 6th. So he now faces Patterson, who looks at a strike. It's 0-1. Patterson 1 for 3 his last at bat. He had an RBI double down the right field line as that pitch is inside for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Swinging a hot shot to second, but Salisbury right there as he throws on to first for the first out of the inning.
Number 32, Zach Gobo.
Zach Goebel now will come to the plate. 1 for 3 with a single. Goebel singled in the second inning and has grounded out to third and struck out. 0-1 pitch, or first pitch is a strike. Now it's 0-1. And the 0-1 pitch hit into right center field, and this one is up against the fence. Zach Goebel will pull up into second base with a stand-up double with 1 out here in the 7th.
Oh, it's not Dome's turn. Oh no!
That's what it was looking like, huh?
No, he had to go get the bat.
Number 15, Caleb Slaughter.
He thinks that was fiction. Oh, now you're done for it.
Right when I walked in.
How do you?
Hey, I'm loving the music though. It's great.
Caleb Slaughter steps in. 1 for 3. He had a single in the 5-run second inning for the Pirates.
No, I do. I don't know who pulled that up, but I like it. He has old music, but I like it.
You actually got a song request.
Huh?
You actually ended up getting a song request.
We should?
No, we did.
Be careful. You breaking it?
First pitch to Slaughter from Buffkin down low for a ball. And then that pitch is inside and hits Slaughter. So the Pirates now have 2 on with 1 out.
Number 26, Mark Felton.
Mark Felton, the catcher from Valdosta, 1 for 3. He singled in the second. First pitch in the dirt, but blocked by Datillo, and it's 1-0. The 1-0 delivery. Hit into right center field, and that's going to be caught by Luke Jackson for the second out of the inning. It was hit hard, but it was hit right at Jackson for out number 2.
Number 17,
Oh, good God.
Trey Roberts.
Oh,
So Trey Roberts will bat. Singled his last time up. He is 1 for 3. Pitch is in the dirt, but blocked again by Datillo. Goebel at second as Datillo looks like he might have taken that one in the arm. He's trying to walk it off as he visits with Buffkin on the mound. Caleb Slaughter at first. 2 on, 2 out. We're in the bottom of the 7th. Armstrong State leads it 6-1. And the 1-0 pitch down and away. It's 2-0. And that pitch is in the dirt, so a 3-0 count on senior Trey Roberts. And a walk here would load the bases for Cal Young. Rio pitch is a strike. Three-one pitch hit in the air to left field. Drifting back is Ryan. He'll be called off by the left fielder Ledford. Ledford makes the play, and we head to the 8th. Armstrong State leads it 6-1. We head to the top of the 8th inning here at Pirate Field. Armstrong State leading UNC Pembroke 6-1. And it'll be the top of the order for the Braves coming up, facing Matt Meeks, who's thrown 7 innings, given up 6 hits, 1 run. Meeks has walked 2, struck out 2, and he faces Rivera, who has gone 1 for 2 today. He has singled, been hit by a pitch, and grounded out to short. First pitch to him for Meeks is a ball. 97 pitches for Meeks, 61 for strikes. And the 1-0 delivery. That's a strike. It's 1-1. And the 1-1 pitch down and away. Pitch number 100 coming up for Meeks. Meeks has not thrown a complete game this season, but only one Pirate pitcher has. That was Tanner Hall way back in the first weekend of the season. He did throw 10 innings here last Sunday as this has popped up. But again, it gets up into that wind. Zach Goebel tries to catch up to it, cannot do so. And it falls foul for strike 2. Meeks threw 10 innings last Sunday against Young Harris in a game that the Mountain Lions ended up winning in the 11th. Two balls, two strikes. The pitch from Meeks. Popped foul again down the right side. And the 2-2 pitch is called strike 3. And Rivera does not agree with the call as he heads back slowly to the dugout, but that will bring up Lucas Ledford, the left fielder. Ledford 1 for 2 with a single, a walk. He flew out to center field his last time up. First pitch to him is a strike. Swing and a miss on the pitch in the dirt. And it's 0-2. Swinging a tapper back to the pitcher Meeks. He'll flip it to first for the second out of the inning. Meeks reached for it, grabbed it, bobbled it for a moment, but was able to grab a hold of it and flip it to first. And with 2 down, it brings up Mobley, the third baseman. Mobley 0 for 3, grounded out to second his last time up. And he pops this one up in the infield. Chandler Corley will make the grab, and Meeks works a 1-2-3 8th inning. We head to the bottom of the 8th. Pirates lead at 6-1. Chad Jackson back with you here at Pirate Field, bottom of the 8th inning. And it'll be the 8-9-1 hitters in the order for the Pirates to face UNC Pembroke reliever Hayden Buffkin, who got out of a 2-on, 1-out jam in the 7th with a couple of fly ball outs. And lead things off for the Pirates will be the second baseman, Cal Young. Young executed a successful sacrifice his last time up. 0 for 2 officially in the game. One run, 6 hits, 1 error for the Braves. 6 runs, 9 hits for the Pirates. And the first pitch to Young is popped up in the infield. And the first baseman, Ethan Balcom, will catch it in foul territory for out number 1. So I'll bring up Stetson Smith.
Number 3, Stetson Smith.
Smith 0 for 2, but has driven in a run today. He did that with a bases loaded walk in that 5-run second inning. And he hits this one into left center field. Rivera into the gap. Will run it down for the second out. And so 2 down now for Mike Warren.
Number 16, Mike Warren.
Warren's had a fantastic game, setting the table for the Pirates today. 1 for 1 with a single, but he has drawn 3 walks and scored 2 runs. And again, extending his hitting streak to 29 games. Buffkin's first pitch to him inside for a ball. And the 1-1 pitch also inside. Warren hops out of the way of the ball. Gets a little bit of ribbing from the dugout for not taking that one. But it's 2-0. And the 2-0 pitch from Buffkin is a strike. It's 2-1. And the 2-1 pitch upstairs. So Buffkin in danger of walking Warren for what would be the 4th time in this game for the Pirates center fielder. And the 3-1 pitch is nowhere close, so Warren does draw his 4th walk of the day. And with that walk, Warren now ties Ryan Patterson for the team lead, 30 walks on the year. And it brings up Corley, who is 2 for 4 with a couple of runs driven in. He swings and misses at the off-speed pitch from Buffkin for strike 1. Runner goes on the pitch. It's a hit and run, and Corley fouls it off for strike two. And the 0-2 pitch outside for ball one. One-two pitch popped up. Very shallow right field. Jackson on the run, and he will make the catch to end the inning. We are headed to the ninth here at Pirate Field. Armstrong State leads UNC Pembroke 6-1. We head to the top of the ninth inning here at Pirate Field. And what could be the final inning of activity here at Pirate Field. For UNC Pembroke, Ethan Balcom, Luke Jackson, and Drew Beaver scheduled to bat against Matt Meeks, who is trying to pitch his first complete game of the season and the second for a Pirate pitcher this year. And he starts off Balcom with a strike. Balcom 1 for 3, grounded out to the catcher Mark Felton his last time up. 0-1 pitch, swung on and missed. Tried to check his swing, could not do so, and it's 0-2. 0-2 pitch, high fastball. It's 1-2. And the 1-2 pitch grounded foul down the third base side. One ball, two strikes. The pitch popped up. Felton gives chase, but it will fall foul, out of play. And the count remains 1-2. 1 run, 6 hits, 1 error for UNC Pembroke. 6 runs, 9 hits, no errors for the Pirates. The 1-2 delivery from Meeks. Swung on and missed strike 3, but for the second time this weekend, Balcom is going to reach on a wild pitch after a swinging third strike. And Malcolm makes his way to first base. Again, still credited as a strikeout for Meeks, his fourth of the game, but it puts a runner on for Luke Jackson, who is 1 for 3. First pitch to Jackson, strike at the knees. It's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. That pitch is low for a ball. Meeks up to 114 pitches now, but no way he's coming out of this game, at least right now. This is his to finish. 75 4 strikes for Meeks. Swing and a foul back out of play. It's 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. Meeks with the pitch, and that's hit into left field for a base hit. So the first 2 runners reach against Meeks in the 9th, and it will bring up Drew Beaver, the designated hitter. Beaver is 1 for 3, singled in the 2nd, flew out to left in the 4th, and also flew out to left in the 6th. First pitch to him is letter high for a strike. Oh, 1 pitch, strike again. He's had 2 strike counts on every hitter in this inning, but Balcom reached on a swinging 3rd strike on a pitch in the dirt, and then Jackson singled to left. The 0-2 delivery is low for ball 1. Again, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Meeks with the pitch, fouled off. One-two pitch swung on and missed, strike 3. Second strikeout of the inning for Meeks, but only the first out. And it brings up the shortstop, Ryan. Ryan 0 for 3. His flight out grounded into a double play and also grounded out to second. Grounds this foul down the third base side for strike 1. Top of the 9th, Armstrong State trying to claim a win in the final game in program history, leading at 6-1 over number 21 UNC Pembroke. The The 0-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. It's 0-2. And the 0-2 pitch down and away. The crowd wanted to call it strike 3, but maybe a little optimistic. That was outside for ball 1. Can't blame them, though. The 1-2 pitch. Grounded to third. Smith. Only play will be to first. That is the second out of the inning. The runners advance. Balcom to third, Jackson to second, but UNC Pembroke down to its final out. As we're going to have a pinch hitter here for UNC Pembroke. And it is number 11, Stabel Alaman Saba. Saba pinch hits for Datillo. First pitch is a strike, and it's 0-1. The fans have begun to stand up in the stands, anticipating the final out here, as the 0-1 pitch is high and outside for ball 1. One ball, one strike. Meeks with the pitch. Swung on and fouled out of play. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 on, 2 out. Pirates leading at 6-1. And trying to claim a win in the final game in Pirate Field history. Meeks with the pitch, and it's hit into center field, and that is going to be a 2-run double for the Braves. Stabel Alaman Saba says, wait a moment, we still have a game here. And he drives in 2 to make it 6-3. And it brings up Nick Salisbury, the second baseman.
Oh no! Someone yelled at the 4th grader on my piece of shit.
Salisbury, 0 for 2 with a walk. First pitch from Meeks, swung on and missed for strike 1. That's Coach Culberson's son. 0-1 pitch outside for a ball. One ball, one strike. The count on Salisbury. And the 1-1 pitch outside for ball 2. And Stetson Smith wants to chat with Meeks here for a moment. Or excuse me, that is Stetson Smith, Matt Meeks, talking things over. Just a couple of words of encouragement. 2-1 pitch. Popped up. Foul territory. Smith gives chase. And it will hit out of play for strike 2.
Just imagine the air horns, man.
Oh, wait till, yeah.
Can only imagine. There's so many air horns.
So again, the Braves down to their final strike as Meeks will deliver the 2-2 pitch to Salisbury, and it's down low for ball 3.
Oh, we got a crowd war going on now.
Three balls, 2 strikes. Meeks with the pitch. Fouled back, out of play. And the 3-2 pitch is high, ball 4. Which means the tying run comes to the plate in the form of Roberto Rivera.
You definitely should have whispered that name then.
And Meeks has now thrown 136 pitches. Probably by all rights should be done with the game, but we had that wild pitch that allowed Balcom to reach when he struck out to lead off the inning, and head coach Calvin Culberson is out to talk to Meeks here. Again, with 2 outs in the 9th, but UNC Pembroke with the tying run at the plate. Matt Meeks will stay in to face Roberto Rivera and once again try and secure the final out of the game. Pirates lead at 6-3, but there's 2 on, 2 runs in. And Meeks' first pitch to Rivera is a strike. Rivera is 1 for 3 today with a single. He has been hit by a pitch. He has also struck out and grounded out. The 0-1 pitch hit into left field, and that's a base hit. And now the tying runs are on base, and the go-ahead run comes to the plate in the form of Lucas Ledford. Ledford is 1 for 3. He tapped back to the pitcher his last time up. And that will be it for Matt Meeks as head coach Calvin Culberson is going to come out and make a pitching change. We'll tell you about the new pitcher when we come back. You're listening to and watching Pirate Baseball. In to try and finish it off for the Pirates is redshirt senior Caleb Woods. 6'1" right-hander out of Ackworth, Georgia, making his career 75th appearance of his Armstrong State 5 years. That is third most all-time in Pirate history. This season, Caleb 2-5 with a 5.90 earned run average and 1 save. He's thrown 29 innings, given up 46 hits. He has walked 10, struck out 24. His job is simple. Just get one out and secure the win, but Lucas Ledford will be at the plate, and the bases are full of UNC Pembroke Braves, which means the tying runs are on base. Ledford is 1 for 3 in the game today. He walked in the first, singled in the third, flew out to center field in the fifth, and tapped back to the pitcher in the eighth. Caleb Woods' first pitch is a strike, and it's 0-1. One pitch hit right to the shortstop Chandler Corley to end the ball game, and Armstrong State wins it 6-3 in the final game at Pirate Field, in the final game in Armstrong State University baseball history. Chad Jackson saying good afternoon from Pirate Field. Our next webcast comes your way tomorrow, as we will be over at the Armstrong Tennis Complex, weather permitting, for women's tennis NCAA regional action as the Pirates host Tusculum. Again, that game time is supposed to be 2 o'clock. Check ArmstrongPirates.com and at Armstrong Pirate on Twitter to see if there are any alterations to that schedule. Again, Chad Jackson saying good afternoon from Pirate Field as the Pirates win it 6-3.